Hey guys, welcome back to my video. And in this video we're going to be building this big quadcopter. No, it's been a while since I've posted a video, and I've been busy with some other things, but we're going to be building this quad in this video this time around. If you learn anything or two from this video, make sure you subscribe, like, and comment. And also, if you have any questions as regarding this build, make sure you put it in the comment section below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. Yeah, just to prepare myself for the epoxy which I'm about to mix, I have to wear my gloves first. So my ratio here is around 2:1 ratio, and I'm preparing it so as to put some fiberglass on the plywood, which I'll be using as my center plate for the quad. As you can see, I'm slowly applying, the video is fast, but I'm slowly applying the epoxy all around the fiberglass surfaces. And these are the papers which I have printed from the plant form that I have for my center plate. So what I'm doing here is I'm basically gluing all the papers together to form a single unified drawing. So once everything is ready, I had it glued on the hardened plywood fiberglass surface, which I would then be cutting the necessary holes with my tools. As you can see at this point, I have started to drill my holes in the plywood with respect to the plan I have on the paper. So what I'm going to do here now is to use a jigsaw to cut the lines so that I can have my proper shape. Yeah, this is me just showing the back side of the fiberglass center plate. Okay guys, just finished peeling off the paper template off, and everything is sanded and trimmed. This is what we have. This is the lower plate, and this is the upper plate. So the next step is to reprint the carbon fiber motor arm for each side of the frame. So after printing those parts out, which is probably going to take a while, we'll be able to mount the two plates together. So pop up to the card design, which I designed for the center plate and the center motor arm mount. And from the design, I made it in such a way that I could 3D print, which is basically what I did for all the four arms. My print material is PLA. So yeah, all the prints are ready, and it looks pretty good enough. And in this design, I made sure that I have some kind of dihedral on the motor mount, which will give some hovering stability for the quadcopter. And this is me just putting the insert nuts into the motor arm mount. Okay guys, the motor arm mounts that I designed, I've just added insert nuts to them, and they're all ready to be mounted to the lower plate first. So I'm going to be screwing these arm mounts to the lower plate. Then also we'll be attaching the legs to as well, and some of the electronics that has to be at the base plate. So this is the leg mount, which I am going to be attaching to the base. So what I'm doing here is basically assembling the parts together and preparing it for the base mount. So it's all ready now, and I did that for the second side too as well, which we needed to. And yeah, it's a good So guys, I just finished screwing the lower bottom plates to the arm mount, and I attached the landing gear base mounts, which I'm probably going to remove now so that I can start putting in the electronics at the base area. I'm going to put the ESC here and some other components that needs to be at the bottom, and if all that is set, we'll be covering the top. So before we do that, let's go ahead and remove this landing gear, then start putting our electronics. Alright guys, I'm starting to put in the components, but before I proceed, I would like to talk about the electronics component that we're using. So these components are actually from a VTOL aircraft, so which is why I still have the wing connectors installed, because I'm looking forward to probably use this component for future projects. So I'm planning not to remove too much from it. So I'll be using this connector too as well um, with the male connector here too as well. And also I have some U-back attached and some voltage regulators, and this is the series connector. It's going to be using 26S battery, and I'll have everything installed here first to try and see how much I can organize everything all in one place. Okay. Okay, this is just me preparing to start putting the ESA in place with some double-sided tape. And while we are doing that, let's just try as much as possible to please click the subscribe button. If you made it this far, ensure you like the video, and thank you. Let us continue. So I am connecting all the cables because I simply did not want to cut any wires, because I could use this same setup for a future project. So all I'm just doing here is to tidy up all the cables as much as I can do. Alright guys, so I've managed to put everything together. There's too many wires to fit all in this space, and I'm trying not to cut any of these wires, since I said they all came from a VTOL aircraft. So I'm planning to use the component in future, so I don't want to run too much. So I have the connectors area zip. I don't know what these locks are, but there's some kind of double-sided tape lock, and I had zip ties on some of the wires. So all that is left is for me to start putting my motor arm and connect them and have this top cover screw to the top. In order to do this, I had to call two of my friends to assist me in holding the motor arm, because my table could not fit the size of this quadcopter. So while they're holding it for me, I am attaching all the necessary screws in place. Okay guys, the quad has been assembled together, and I just finished mounting the attaching the top plates, and the everything is a lot rigid now after mounting the top plate. So all the wires I have outside right now is the motor signal wire, the ESC signal wire, the battery connector, the BEC power. So what's left is going to be installing the flight controllers, which I have to do my setup first, and the GPS module. And also next phase will be the landing gear. I already have the landing gear mounts attached to the base of the frame. So I'll be 3D printing the T-leg for the landing gear T-leg joint. So after 3D printing that, landing gear should be ready, and we'll move on to installing flight controllers. This is me getting the flight controller ready by doing the basic setup, and using a Cuav V5 plus flight controller. And once it was ready, I started installing it on the top side of my quad with double-sided tape, and I'm making sure all my cables are in the right spots. All right guys, so far so good. I have been able to do necessary setup for the flight controller, and I've mounted with the double-sided tape, and also I've had my receiver mounted here, my telemetry module, GPS. So it's pretty much spacious. It's pretty much spacious at the top here because I'll be putting my batteries at the top. So all the mandatory hardware setup and optional hardware setup has been configured on the Cuav V5 flight controller. So next step for me would be to finish the landing gear and ensure the drone is sitting properly, and making sure it is rigid enough, and then we can move on to putting the Velcro straps on the board here for the batteries, and we should be almost ready to fly by then. Alright guys, this is my 3D printed C joint, and I have just mounted it on the carbon fiber for the legs. So this one, the print failed at some point when I was printing it, but I'll be printing it again anytime soon. And also this one is complete, so as you can see, this is the design. So I'm going to be putting some bolts and nuts here to clamp it together, and also these are some foot legs that I've printed as well to help support this gap that this has created. So I'll be printing more of this pretty soon to fully complete the leg. Then we should be going forward to fly this thing after finishing the leg, I mean. Hey guys, the drone is ready to fly. So basically what I'll be doing is going to be a short takeoff test, and I've managed to print the second T-leg mount and the rest of the leg caps as well, and the landing gear is rigidly sitting, and also I've managed to put some Velcro on top here for the batteries, and I have the propeller mounted. This quadcopter is in a 16 by 5.5 inch prop. So in this test, I'll just be taking off shots on a short height, I mean on a lower altitude, to see how well it behaves and responds if I need to do any turning. And for now, I'll be putting just Velcro, and once I get my battery straps ready, I'll use it for the batteries. So let's go ahead and put the battery on, and let's take off.
Unhealthy GPS signal.
Bello, it's okay. I'm recording.
Stop.